gosh, I'm so thankful to be back and intercession today. I'm just really thankful for the time I've been away on the field, but also really thankful for this community that God has placed me in. So thank you for making me feel welcome back to old faces and new faces. I'm very grateful for you all. Sometimes it's difficult to transition back into home after being away, but I just really felt welcome and loved by my community. So thank you again. For those of you that don't know me, a lot of the new faces, my name is Yeojin Kim. And for the past 9 months, I traveled multiple countries around the world with 10 other young adults receiving training through a program called Global Leadership Internship Program. And our leaders, we had Natalie, Daesong, and Jean, who's sitting here with us today under the covering of Pastor Park. And before deciding to go on internship, I was a very independent person. I like to do things on my own, and I enjoy the freedom that came with that independence. And I would justify myself saying that it was because I was introverted, or I worked better in a peaceful and quiet environment, or that I concentrated better on my own. And so when I was in Sydney, I served in multiple different ministries like kids ministry, Charis Academy, and worship team. And even though I was part of these so-called teams and groups, I was always independent. I was working out of my own judgment, out of my own thoughts, and I didn't allow any input from people around me, even my leaders. And I thought that I was doing well because I looked like I was doing well. And I came out of internship and I learned that I was very, very wrong because God was breaking that tower of independence and pride and arrogance and teaching me how to submit and obey. One time during internship, we had a conference held in Bulgaria, and I was asked to take the second in charge role at a kids camp. And despite my many years of children's ministry experience, the leadership role was rightfully given to one of our second-year interns. But my pride was very cut. She was someone who has never worked with kids before, and she was 12 years younger than me. And when the internship leaders saw that my pride was cut, they advised me, Yeojin, this is your training as much as it is hers. You may want to step in, but you need to trust God, the authority, and the process. And slowly but surely, as I started submitting to my leadership, God began opening my eyes, not to rely on my own independence, but to learn to trust the community and the leadership of those God placed above me. It was tough to break the habit that I've built, but God was more interested in forming me than making it easy. Truly submitting to my leaders wasn't easy at first. I had learned to receive positive and negative feedback with humility, submit even when I didn't understand, and I had to constantly ask for permission for almost everything. But as I built a relationship with my leaders and applied what I was learning about submission and obedience, I started to see the importance of covering. And at first, I thought I was just adjusting, but then as the more I was trained, God was doing something deeper, because He was teaching me His authority and grace over my life through other people. And it was not just about people controlling my life, but about trusting in God's order. And God shone His light on the sinful life of arrogance, pride, and disobedience that I had been living in, and revealed that independence wasn't my strength. It's how I stayed in control of my own life. And when I submitted to God, He was trying not to limit me, but He was leading me. He was leading me to where He was calling me to be in submission under God's given authority, to align me with His order and His true church. And so before internship, I acted on my own and moved forward alone, but God revealed that I cannot live independently. I must fully rely on God and His authority over my life. It's His desire for me to walk in unity with those around me and to come under the spiritual authority He has placed over my life. The life that God is pleased with, is a life of obedience and freely submitting to Him under the covering of my leaders and running with History Church. And so as I close my testimony, I declare that I walk in humility and obedience and live a life that brings glory to God alone. I declare that I no longer live independently, but fully under the authority of God over my life. I declare true freedom is not doing things my own way, but walking in obedience under God's authority. And finally, I declare that I will no longer build my own vision, but align myself with the vision of History Church that God has called me into. Thank you very much.